Let's be very clear. The United States has made zero concessions, but North Korea has made some promises. And again, this meeting won't take place without concrete actions that match the promises that have been made by North Korea.
That was Sarah Huckabee Sanders yesterday. Well, the White House keeping up the pressure on North Korea following President Trump's announcement that he will indeed meet with Kim Jong-un. So what can we expect from this soon-to-be historic meeting? And how has Trump changed the game when it comes to North Korea? Let's get a reaction from our panel of experts. Author of Dear Reader, the unauthorized biography of Kim Jong-il, that's Kim Jong-un's father, Michael Malice, national security and military analyst Rebecca Grant, and the author of the bestseller Direct Fire and retired U.S. Army Brigadier General Anthony Tata. Thank you all for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. So, big issue. A lot of people want to see hope from the fact that they're sitting down. Has President Trump's approach, rhetorically or otherwise, brought this meeting about?
Clearly, like, they used to say, when they go low, we go high. Well, if they go low, sometimes you ought to go low to meet them there. So to have him talk to Kim Jong-un in such derisive and often derogatory language really messed things up over there. I'm sure the translators had a difficult time translating those tweets in a language where there's certain tenses used just to refer to the leaders. And this would be the first time a leader of North Korea has left the country in decades. So for them, it's kind of like Hollywood. If you're going to go sit at somebody else's table, that's deferring to their power.
Briefly, their calculation. Where would a meeting like this happen then? South Korea?
The latest news, NorthKoreaNews.org, is saying possibly Sweden. Possibly, but we have no idea.
We shall see. Rebecca, what is the outcome we would want? I mean, such high-stakes talk. Ultimately, what looks like a win for the United States if something like this happens?
Well, Trump's made that very clear. A win is denuclearization, and that's agreed to by China. That's what President Moon in South Korea wants, and that is what Kim Jong-un has agreed to at least talk about. From my perspective, I want to see these tests stop because Kim has only done a few very preliminary tests of his really good long-range missiles. It's like a quarterback just throwing a few footballs on the sidelines. He's never really taken a snap in the NFL. That missile arsenal is under-tested, and we want to keep it that way. We want no more tests.
So you're saying it's a freeze, a roadmap backwards, inspections, no more missile tests. I mean, it's got to be transparent top to bottom.
It does. So we'll have to have inspections here, and this could take some time to lay out. But President Moon of South Korea has made clear it's going to be a roadmap. It will take time, and this is what Trump will work on. And big credit to Tillerson and Mattis, who have made this diplomacy work and gotten us to this breakthrough moment.
General, our military has been a big part of this as well. Exercises, which will continue as these talks happen. How does our military view this, and what role might the military have?
Well, I think the military views it, Pete, as a consistent application of the elements of national power. You never want to lead with the chin of the American soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine. And so we have diplomatic, informational, military, and economic elements of national power being synchronized by individuals such as General H.R. McMaster, General Kelly, General Mattis, who understand and have been trained on the synchronization of the elements of national power. And they know that we don't lead with the chin of the American service member. And so I think that's the key part here. And as we move forward, what the military will continue to do is flexible deterrent options on the Korean Peninsula so that we will fly the B-1 and B-2 bombers. We will continue to have 2 to 3 carrier strike groups moving about the Sea of Japan. We will continue with the military exercises. There was no concession made here to have this meeting or negotiation. So moving forward, the military will continue to do what it's done. And the other thing that's happened is we just bought a year of preparation in case we need to go to war in North Korea.
Very interesting. Michael, bring us, since you wrote the book on the father of Kim Jong-un, bring us inside the calculation they're making right now based on the rhetoric of the Trump administration, but also may not be lead with the chin, but we've been sticking our chin out with our military saying, hey, we're ready to use force if we have to. How has that changed their mindset?
What I'm most excited about is this is the possibility of ending the Korean War. The Korean War is an armistice, and that would be a huge win for both sides that would just codify basically status quo. We're obviously not fighting. So right away, you could have something that's a major peaceful accomplishment with both sides having to effectively give up nothing.
Rebecca, we've seen talk of talks happen before and then another missile launch or something else. What should we do if immediately Kim Jong-un does something that is against any sort of agreement?
Oh, if he launches a missile, he is in big trouble. It's time for the bloody nose option. But I agree with Michael. I'd like to see a peace treaty here if possible. And we need to keep that firm military pressure on, and we'll keep the sanctions on. The kicker is, how do we guarantee North Korea's security in this process? We've done the sticks. What are the carrots going to be? be.
Absolutely. General, last word. We've got some skepticism about deals because we saw the Iran deal where they seem to be on a path inevitably to nuclear weapons. Do you believe that a deal could be struck that could actually denuclearize here?
I do believe that, but we should never underestimate the left's desire to see the world burn down before President Trump gets credit for anything. So we can get a deal, and we've got the team in place to get the deal. All the individuals that I previously mentioned, plus Secretary Tillerson, you got Ambassador Haley, and all the folks are on the ground doing the right thing, leveraging those elements of power and that maximum pressure that they talk about. That's those elements of power being brought to bear, and we can get a deal out of that.
Maximum pressure versus strategic patience. It seems to have brought about at least the opportunity for talks. Michael, Rebecca, General, thank you very much for joining. A great panel. We might have to have them back when developments come on. We'll do that. Rachel, now to you.